Hare Krishna. My name is Bhakti Chaitanya Swami. I'm going to say a few words about what is the secret for a happy life. Of course, we know that within this material world, everyone's trying to find a happy life. There's no one who's really trying to find an unhappy life. But still, despite the fact that people are trying so hard, very few people are really finding it. And even though no one's trying to find an unhappy life, but many people are definitely finding one. And even people who sometimes are actually a little happy on the material level, but they're also having to deal with so many problems and challenges and difficulties on the material platform. So, the real point is presented by Lord Krishna in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita. Lord Krishna explains there that we are actually not these material bodies. We're all eternal spirit souls. And the nature of the eternal spirit soul or eternal spiritual person is to be the eternal servant of Krishna, God. This is what we really are. Material life, of course, means people think that they are their material bodies. I'm a man, I'm a woman, I'm male, I'm female, I'm old, I'm young, I'm American, I'm Indian, I'm British, etc., etc. This is how people identify themselves in terms of their material bodies. And then, seeing themselves as such, they then direct their lives and focus their lives to try to bring happiness, somehow give happiness to their material bodies through some process of sense gratification. To eat nicely, sleep nicely, to mate nicely, to defend our position nicely. People in material life are trying to find happiness through doing these things for the sake of their material bodies. But we are not our material bodies. Actually, we have completely different natures to our material bodies. And whatever stimulation we give our senses, the senses of the material bodies, this is not what we really need as eternal spiritual persons. So, seeing we are eternal spiritual persons and the eternal servants of Krishna, in order to find real happiness, what we need to do is engage in a way of life of that type. We need to engage in a way of life which is natural to ourselves as spiritual persons. In other words, we need to engage in devotional service to Krishna. And then when Krishna is pleased, then we will become pleased. This is how Krishna consciousness works. In Krishna consciousness, we become happy, not by trying to make ourselves happy, even in a spiritual sense, but we become happy when we make Krishna happy. Then we share in his happiness. Srila Prabhupada gives an interesting example. He gives the example of the hand in relation to the body, that the business of the hand is generally to serve the greater body in different ways. And one of the important ways that the hand serves the body is by putting food in the mouth of the body. So Srila Prabhupada tells a little story that one day the hand became dissatisfied and thought, what am I getting out of this? I'm always putting the food in the mouth, but I'm not getting any of the food myself. This is no good. I have to look after my own interests. So the hand decided that instead of putting the food in the mouth, I'm going to consume the food myself. So the hand, for a day or two, he tried to do that, somehow or other, take the food and try to squeeze it into his hand in some way or another, something of that sort, thinking that in this way I'm going to enjoy this nice food and I'm not going to just serve the interests of my mouth and my tongue. So he tried doing that, but unfortunately after a day or a couple of days, the hand found that he was really not very happy at all. In fact, he found he was becoming very weak and life was just not very good. So then the hand decided to put the food back in the mouth again, and then shortly the hand found that he was feeling nice. He was feeling strong and feeling satisfied again, because by putting the food in the mouth, by serving the whole body, that is how the different parts of the body, including the hand, become satisfied. So actually we are parts and parcels of Krishna. He is the supreme whole, like a great fire, and we're like little sparks coming from the fire, Srila Prabhupada would say sometimes. So if we, instead of trying to please ourselves, if we try to please Krishna, then we'll actually become happy. So it's a very interesting principle that we will not really find happiness by trying to find our own happiness. But we will find happiness when we share in the happiness of Lord Krishna. So all of you people out there in YouTube land, you try to take this to heart and connect up with our ISKCON devotees at your nearest ISKCON center and get some service for Krishna. And when you get that service, you really try and do it nicely. Try and do it in a mood of really trying to please him, and in a selfless way, not wondering, what am I going to get out of it? You try to do like this, and you'll find that you become extremely happy and satisfied. Hare Krishna.